boys and girls. Welcome to the writing station. We are going to be learning to write from a picture. This will encourage you to use your creativity and your imagination. Now, before we get started, make sure to download and print a copy of today's picture writing prompt. I have posted it in the description box below. In addition to the picture writing prompt, you will also need pencils and crayons. I'm so excited about our writing today. You know why? Because we have a great picture to write about. Take a look at our picture. We're going to be writing about this little guy. He's in the garden. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to label our pictures. We have a sun, S-U-N, sun. We have our cloud, cloud. Okay, and we have a snail. Snail. I'm going to just write snail right here. Snail. S-N-A-I-L. Snail. Okay, we know that the snail is the main character in the story. And we have our flowers, our cloud, and our sun to make the story interesting. We already know what our first sentence is going to be if you've been writing with me for the last few weeks. This first sentence is, look at the snail. We're writing and we're talking to the reader. And we're telling the reader, look at the snail. Look at the snail. And every sentence begins with what kind of letter, boys and girls? I hear you. Begins with the uppercase letter. And it ends with a period. Look at the snail. Your turn. And that's your cue. Remember, when I say your turn, that means it's time for you to read. Look at the snail. Your turn. Look at the snail. We started the sentence with the uppercase letter. We ended the sentence with a period. Let's count how many words are in this sentence. 1, 2, 3, 4. It took 4 words to write this sentence. Okay, we're off to a good start. Our next sentence, let's see, we have our snail, and we've told the reader, look at the snail. So what about the snail? He has a shell on his back, isn't it? That's the next thing that really is the first thing you see when you look at this snail. He has a shell on his back. He has a shell on his back. And boys and girls, remember, I didn't have enough room over here to write his, so I'm going to the next line. And notice on this line, it has a lowercase h, because this is not the beginning of the sentence. This is a continuation of the sentence. He has a shell on his back. Okay, He has a shell on his back. What else? Now, we know that look at the snail. That's what we told the reader to do. He has a shell on his back. So we already described what he's doing. He has what he looks like. He has a shell on his back. Now, think about the scene. If I'm writing I'm thinking about my next sentence. So I said something about the main character. Now I'm going to move towards the scene or what's happening around him. And where is he? He's where? He's in the garden. He is in the garden. He is in the garden. Again, I'm going to the next line because I have to continue the sentence on the next line because I don't have room here. So I come to the next line, but I have a lowercase letter because this is not the beginning of the sentence. He is in the garden. Okay, so let's see what we have. We have, move it up a little bit. He is in the garden. Your turn. He is in the garden. We're talking about our snail. How many words are in the sentence? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words are in this sentence. Now, I started my sentence with the uppercase letter, and I ended the sentence with a period. I continued my sentence to this next line because I didn't have any room over here. I ran out of room. This is the margin. This is the end of the margin where you must then go to the next line. Let's read what we have so far, boys and girls. Let's see how we're sounding so far. I'm going to read it because I want you to be the listener. I want you to hear how well your story sounds. Look at the snail. He has a shell on his back. He is in the garden. And boys and girls, we took all those words from the picture, from where he is and what he's doing. And I forgot to write garden. Garden. So it's your turn. It's your turn to read now. Now remember, listen for your cue. When I say your turn, you're going to read. It's your turn to read. You're going to read after me. Look at the snail. Your turn. Look at the snail. He has a shell on his back. Your turn. He has a shell on his back. He is in the garden. Your turn. He is in the garden. Very good, boys and girls. You're doing great. He is in the garden. Now, the garden is filled with beautiful flowers. And why do you think that the snail likes to hang out in the garden? Why would he like to hang out in the garden? Because what? Because, yes, I heard you. He likes to eat the flowers. He likes to eat the flowers. Very good, boys and girls. You have your thinking caps on. He likes to eat the flowers. period. Okay, we started the sentence with the uppercase letter, and we ended the sentence with a period. He likes to eat the flowers. Your turn. He likes to eat the flowers. Let's count how many words are in this sentence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 words that make up this sentence. He likes to eat the flowers. Boys and girls, notice that I write with different colors. Why do you think I write with a different color every time I write? Some of you that have been writing with me know why, but I'm going to let you in on a secret for those that don't know. The reason I write with each sentence in a different color is so that you could find your place when you're writing. Let's say you're writing the second sentence. What color is the second sentence? It's red. So when you're writing and your head is down and you're writing the word has, when you look up, you'll know that you're on red. You're on the red sentence. You're not on the blue sentence. You're not on the green sentence. You're on the red. So that's what you do. That's a strategy that you use when you're writing and copying. Before long, boys and girls, you won't even need this to copy anything. You're going to be able to write it all by yourself. Now, we're going to read it before we start to color our picture. Remember, you're listening. I want you to see how well it sounds. Look at the snail. He has a shell on his back. He is in the garden. He likes to eat the flowers. Very good. Okay, now it's time for you to read with me. Remember, listen for your cue. Look at the flower. I'm sorry. I'm ahead of myself, boys and girls. Let's start over. Look at the snail. Your turn. Look at the snail. He has a shell on his back. Your turn. He has a shell on his back. He is in the garden. Your turn. He is in the garden. He likes to eat the flowers. Your turn. He likes to eat the flowers. Give yourself a pat on the back, boys and girls. That was great. Now, in addition to garden, I'm going to write flowers up here. Because this is a flower garden. These are flowers. Okay, boys and girls, it's time to get your crayons. And we're going to color our beautiful picture. There you go, and we're done, boys and girls. Take a look, and you can continue at coloring and writing. We did such a great job, boys and girls. I'm going to read it one last time before we go. Look at the snail. He has a shell on his back. He is in the garden. He likes to eat the flowers. Okay, see you next time.